Welcome to Houston, Texas Family YMCA. My name is Dave Vincent alongside David Fink. It's the men's semifinals. Alan Garner up against Charlie Shanks. Referee will be Emmett Pichotte. The winner will face either Aaron Garner or Nadia Alvarado tonight for the Showtime event that we have set up called Saturday Night Live.
Well, Dave, these two just don't play bad matches against one another. Every time they face off, it's always a great match. A lot of tiebreakers. Almost every time they've ever played has been tiebreakers. The beginning of their rivalry, Dave saw Alan Garner winning a lot of close matches against Charlie Shanks, including the first at the Casey Lawler Cup, Dave, at the South End Rowing Club, where Alan won 11-8. Alan won also 11-7 at the Nationals in Austin 2010. Since then, Dave, Charlie's had a lot of success against Alan, including winning their last matchup at Seattle in the Players' Championship in the first round. Alan being knocked out of there as a favorite coming in. He did take fifth place there. But today, Dave, it's Charlie Shanks who's looked really good thus far in this event. He avenged a loss to Vic Perez from last year, 25-6, then just crushed Andy Nett 25-8. Now, Alan Garner's only played one match against John Glacius. Didn't look that good, and then got a forfeit in his quarterfinal. So we'll see if those fresh legs help or hurt Alan Garner coming into the semifinals.
Here's the announcement from our referee, Emmett.
And tiebreakers to 11. And it's win by 2. The only bad bounce is that thing right there. Up there. Okay, you guys ready? All right.
No,
returning serve.
Well, the tiebreaker, Dave, is actually a 15. Our referee just announced that the tiebreaker is the 11. The tiebreaker is the 15. So we'll have to make sure that if that happens, that we make that correction.
Currently residing in New York City, Charlie Shanks.
This is the announcement from our referee.
Actually, referee just said it was 15-15-11, but it's really 15-15-15. He just announced it wrong. I just want to let you know.
0-0.
And Dave, this is the X factor in this match, is Charlie Shanks' serve. He's certainly got the advantage in the serve department.
Point.
Alan Garner, not known as having a great serve, and a lot of times serves the soft serve. Charlie Shanks, I think, Dave, on a day-to-day basis, has the best serve in the sport. He just doesn't seem to have off days serving.
Point.
There's another quick point for Charlie Shanks. He gets down there really low and hits what is close to being a kill shot. A power pass. See how low that ball is, Dave?
That's unbelievable. That's 2 consecutive aces. Neither of them were crackouts, Dave, but they're so low and so fast that you just can't even react to them.
He's going to go to the left here, maybe. Nope, stays to the right, leaves that one up. Alan flips it back into play.
And that's not a good miss for Charlie. He went across his body there, Dave, when he had the right corner or straight down the right. That's the way his momentum was going. Very difficult when your momentum is going to the right to hit the ball across yourself to the left.
I find it odd that a guy with that great power that Alan Garner has, where he is not one of the best servers on the game or in the game.
Well, Dave, I played Alan, and I think that his serve is right up there when he hits it, when he goes for the power serve, and that's another amazing serve from Charlie. But, Dave, these guys are evenly matched, but their strengths are completely different. You've got Charlie Shanks, whose strength is the serve and sort of this unorthodox style after, during the rally. Alan Garner is just a pure ball striker and shooter with both hands.
Format here is best 2 out of 3 to 15, tiebreaker to 15, and you have to win by 2.
As a fan, Dave, I hope that we see the win by 2 coming into play and also the 15-point tiebreaker coming into play. Oh, and Alan with a terrible skip in there, Dave. I mean, that's inexcusable against a player of the level of Charlie Shanks, particularly you're already trailing 0-4, and he's at the short line with a back wall setup. Really could have hit that anywhere and won the rally.
Well, we're 2 minutes into this game, and we're already a quarter of the way through.
Both agree.
I saw it good.
Second serve.
I saw it good as well.
Alan did too. He returned it.
Set out.
You're going to see a lot of offense between the two of these players. Not a lot of going to the roof unless Allen changes his style of game later.
Well, Dave, that second serve that Charlie hit is really not a good second serve. When you stand all the way against the right wall and hit the side wall just past the short line, the ball checks up. It's a huge setup for the returner. And you see Charlie going right at Allen when he had the whole right corner. Charlie's got some sneaky get ability, Dave. He's long.
Point.
Allen hits the perfect two-wall pass there. Allen still has not executed a kill shot yet in this match.
1-4.
One serves 4. Allen going to this power serve of his.
I like that serve that Allen serves because it's got so much heat coming off the side wall that it's very difficult to do anything with it.
Hold it.
I agree with Charlie there. Didn't like that call. I didn't particularly like it either. That ball was right on the wall, Dave. Not sure Allen was obstructed or had a chance to play that shot.
That ball just over the line. These guys are pounding the ball, Dave.
A lot of power, Dave. And another skip, and Allen just seems to stand up on that right-handed kill shot. We've seen that throughout the years. He never does that with his left hand.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. He appeals the serve. I called it good. Both agree. 4-1.
Amazing serve there. And Charlie, Dave, not only has the best serve down the right, but also the best serve down the left. The only serve I've seen down the left that compares to Charlie Shanks is Paul Brady. Both guys have the ability to hit that reverse behind themselves and hit it just a couple inches high off the front wall. We talked about that yesterday, Dave.
Point.
How hard it is to go behind yourself and still hit it low on the front wall. But these guys have so much spin and acceleration on their swing that they're able to carry the short line.
6 serves 1. This is the first game. Best 2 out of 3 to 15. Charlie Shanks has the lead. And another point, that was a reverse that just
That's your first time.
died. And there's going to be a quick timeout with Allen Garner putting his hands together.
Well, you know, Dave, in Ireland, Charlie Shanks won the one-wall nationals there so easily because his serve was unreturnable. They had to actually change the rules and the ball. Do we need to change the rules here in four-wall to accommodate Charlie Shanks? Because it's unplayable against this guy. You can't even get into the rally.
Well,
Serve's just too good.
That may be true, but Charlie has still not won a tournament here on the Race for 8 season. I think if he were dominating somewhat like Luis Moreno and Sean Linning were last year, that would be maybe reason to change a rule. But right now, Charlie needs to bask in this glory. He is serving incredible down the right side, and then he breaks this reverse off up to the left. Now, how tough is that as a player when you've been seeing a steady dose of 8 or 9 serves to the right that have been almost ungettable to begin with, and then the first time your opponent goes over to the left side, they get a 2-bounce sliding reverse hook that really has to reset your engines a little bit and say, now what do? I have to protect the left, I have to protect the right.
Well, to make it even more difficult, Charlie Shanks' serve is so difficult to read because he's got that awkward motion, almost like Fernando Valenzuela, where he hides the ball by turning his body completely to the front wall, and then he's got that Irish whip, so it's very hard to read his serve, which way he's going, and he stands right in the middle of the court, so he's able to put the ball down the walls. And Allen, Dave, has now made 3 terrible skip-ins on very easy back wall shots. And Charlie, Dave, is going to let him think about that miss just a little bit here. You know, as a player, after you've skipped one in, you just want the next point to start. Now Allen's going to have to stew a little bit. I know Allen doesn't stew too much unless his beautiful wife is cooking up a stew.
8-1.
She's an excellent cook, Dave. That was my segue.
Okay.
Going there.
That explains why I like her so much.
Second serve.
Watch how Charlie serves this off the wrong foot. Normally you'd step in with the other foot there, Dave, but Charlie always serves stepping in off that right foot on the 2-wall lob.
It's like he's guiding it in. And another skip in right there from Allen Garner.
And Dave, does Allen Garner now just let this game go? I mean, we're playing 2 out of 3 to 15. He's off to a dreadful start here.
That was short.
He's got his brother, his dad, his wife,
Both agree.
his soon-to-be daughter.
Second serve.
I guess you could call her a spectator. Perhaps
another
Dave's
skip
just
in.
feeling the nerves here.
That's number 6 for me. You might have counted 5, but I saw that one that he hit in and wasn't going for a kill shot.
Okay, well, I've only counted the attempts at kill shots as skip-ins.
There's another one. That was a skip in.
Okay.
It's an underhand paddle.
Okay. Okay.
11-1.
11 serves 1 is the score here. Charlie Shanks with a reverse foot fault, his back foot over the line.
Well, the Irish do things in the opposite order.
Check it. I still think it was low trajectory.
And Dave, the crowd has packed in here in this
11. Check it again.
made-for-TV arena that we
11-1.
have.
See Charlie's back foot there, just barely on that line, which is safe.
Well, you know, Charlie uses the entire service box. He goes from one line to the other. You know, you see some guys use half the service box.
12-1.
He's using every inch of that service box to get all the momentum that he possibly can.
Wow, and he goes back down the line. He's been corner killing those balls.
Dave, this game is only 7 minutes old. We got off to a late start.
13-1.
And it's just about 30 seconds from being over at this rate. And Allen with his first kill shot of this match.
A flat kill right there from Alan Garner gets him to the box here at 1-13. Now he's just going to change his serve and go to that methodical overhand.
Short.
He has to change something, Dave.
Well, Dave, I think his fans here are stunned because they've watched Alan Garner play since he's 15. He was beating John Bike at 16 or 17 years old, and even when he's lost, Dave, it's been just unbelievable matches. Here, he's being thoroughly outclassed thus far.
And he scores another point here.
2-13. Point.
And now Allen may be finding something. Might be too late in this game, but maybe he's finding something for game number 2.
3-13.
How hard is it, Dave, when for a guy like Charlie Shanks, who's really played about as well as you can play, combined with the fact that his opponent has really not played well, to maintain that level of concentration? I mean, there's that inevitable letdown when, how much better can I do? I'm up 13-1. I mean, it's almost like the air goes out of your balloon just a little bit.
4-13. Point.
Now Alan Garner on a roll here, and you might see a timeout from Charlie Shanks if Alan scores another point.
Well, Dave, Jim Garner told me that he's actually sweating today. So much anxiety with both of his boys playing.
Thought that ball was short, no call. Point.
And now all of a sudden, Charlie Shanks just looks terrible.
6-13.
I think Alan found his serve. This is the one he's probably going to have to stay with, because he's killing everything right now. And Charlie's going to have to call a timeout, Dave.
Well, I think Charlie's thinking to himself, I've got such a big lead that all I need is 2 more points. I don't need to call a timeout. But at this rate, Dave, that lead will be gone.
But Allen is automatic with that corner kill right now. Just like he was flat earlier, he's automatic now, and there's a skip in from Charlie. Now Charlie's having to feel a little bit of pressure here at 8-13. We're going to 15.
But Dave, you remember the first time we saw Charlie Shanks on the webcast, he played Dave Chapman at the US Open 2009, and Chapman used that lob serve to the left, and Charlie Shanks had no answer whatsoever, just got crushed in that match. And now Allen's starting to really move well too. Huge setup.
Bye-bye right here. That's where Allen goes for that fadeaway kill shot in the corner.
I saw good. I think you can appeal a skip, but I saw it good. And both agree.
The referee is right. You can appeal a skip, but both linesmen saw the shot good, as did I. This is a great adjustment here. So the ball slid just a little bit. Ooh.
Can't really tell.
Short.
I'm going to say that was a skip.
I saw it short. Both agree. Second serve.
Alan Garner going down on his second serve here.
Allen
Check it.
gave Charlie a lot of room there. He hit the revolving door and went all the way over to the right side wall and still got hit. You see a lot of players, Dave, follow that ball in a direct line and take away every possible
9-13.
shot. Allen did the opposite and somehow was still hit by Charlie Shanks on the revolving door.
Chart.
Charlie does not defend that
No.
lob very well. He comes right up to the line and tries to overhand tomahawk it with the left hand, but
That's a huge foot fault from Allen Garner. Would have been a double fault. Dave, he was a half a foot over that line on a second serve.
that was a point for Allen. Now he's at 10-13, and this might be one of the best comebacks that we've seen on the race this season.
Well, Allen likes to tell the story. In 2006, he lost the first game to
10-13.
Ricardo Diaz 21-0 and came back to win the match. So he's not a stranger to slow starts and big comebacks.
And that's the first error that we've seen from Allen Garner here.
That shot reminds me of the shot Allen Garner missed against Paul Brady when he was trailing 7-10 in the
13-10.
tiebreaker. Allen had all the momentum. I felt like if he had made that shot, he was going to win the match. I feel like if he had made that shot there, Dave, he was going to win this first game. Now I feel like the ball is back in Charlie's court.
Point.
And Allen with a terrible error at 10-13 and then a complete
2 minutes.
hand error on a ball that just merges with the side wall. Gives Charlie Shanks basically a free point.
14-10.
There is a 2-minute glove change right now. We're going to take a break here in the booth. We'll be back in just a bit. Stick around at race48.com.
Hello, I'm Bruce Fabrizio, inventor of Simple Green. Our non-toxic, biodegradable, all-purpose cleaner works great for cleaning it. Thank you. Non-toxic, biodegradable, Simple Green. It's great for cleaning.
For 20 years, the Inner City Handball Association has educated, mentored, and served young people through handball. Young people that participate in the Inner City Handball Association programs have a high graduation rate from high school and continue on to college. Inner City Handball teams are good athletes, good students, and good ambassadors for the sport of handball. We need your help to continue our work. Inner City Handball Association is a registered 501c3 tax-exempt charity. Please donate today. Thank you.
Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Zions, extreme science for your active lifestyle.
You're on your way to meet up with friends, but you can't seem to get anywhere quickly. You don't want your friends to be annoyed, so you text. You're on your way. Five seconds is the average time your eyes are off the road while texting while driving. Make sure you get where you're going.
That was a terrifying commercial there, Dave. Coming into a game point, and now I'm rattled.
That could be it. Nope.
Fortunately for the players, they didn't see it. Charlie with a chance to win the game, but Allen fights off a drive down the left wall.
10-14.
Allen had the left corner there, but
Nice get right there from Charlie. Allen's going to go for it again. Power pass. Charlie catches up to it.
it's the longest rally of the match here, Dave. 17 shots thus far.
Four shots and It ends with Charlie Shanks peppering a ball down the right wall, and I believe Allen actually thought that he was going to go there. His first instinct was to take a step to the left, but then he knew Charlie did it earlier in the match, so he held his ground, and Charlie just put that in a perfect spot down that wall.
Well, the knock against Charlie Shanks, Dave, is when he needs to close out games, he stops shooting the ball, just hoping that his opponent will miss. And you saw that a couple of times here, including this shot where he should have gone for the kill. But instead, Allen, I thought, could have played that off the back wall. But now, does Allen jam his hand there?
No.
Okay.
Here it is, game point.
10.
Game point, Charlie Shanks serving. First game.
Short.
And he goes for that crack serve, almost gets it.
Second serve. Short.
And Charlie
Double
Shanks, Dave,
faults.
eerily similar to the match he lost to Alan Garner in Austin in 2010, where he double faulted
10-14.
twice in the tiebreaker, including one time at 7-all. A great shot from Charlie. Dave, the average length of rally in this match has been 4.5 shots. That's the shortest average rally length of any match we've covered this season on the Race for 8 Pro Tour.
14-10.
And Charlie's going to try to put it away right here to go into the second game with a one-game victory.
Side out.
And another side out.
Charlie forced that just a little bit, Dave. He didn't have the fly kill as that ball came straight down off the front wall. He went for it anyway. And sometimes your decision making is not as clear as it should be when you're desperate to close out a game.
Both of these guys are completely warmed up now, Dave.
This is turning into a gunfight here. Firefight.
Nice ceiling shot from Charlie. Allen might have overhit that. Don't know what the call is going to be here. I heard some noise there. It was clearly ungettable, but after Allen hit it, he said something, which would have been avoidable.
10-14.
And it was replayed, Dave.
I think maybe he might have tied up with Charlie with his feet. That could have been called short, wasn't.
Dave, the first 14 rallies, the first 14 points scored in this match
Point.
didn't feature one rally more than 6 shots. Since then, Dave, we've had 8 rallies of more than 15 shots. So the match has changed.
11-14.
And those longer rallies favor Alan Garner, who, despite being a great offensive player, Dave, is also a great rallier.
Short.
Allen's on 11-1 run right now.
Remember, Charlie has
Second
already
serve.
served one time to win this first game.
Actually, he served twice,
Oh,
if not 3 times, Dave.
okay. Charlie has to put that away. He doesn't, though. I don't know why he doesn't let that drop. And Allen doesn't make a play on that ball, Dave. He could have played that off the right side wall. Just gave up on it too soon.
14-11.
And Charlie ends it with a beautiful left-hand kill there. That's a ball, Dave, that's on the right side of the court. Charlie takes it with his left and fires it into the front wall, sidewall. Now, Dave, the big difference in that match we saw in the beginning of that first game, Charlie Shanks hitting aces at will. Of his first 13 points, 7 of those were ace serves. His last 2 points, Dave, he served 10 times and didn't hit 1 ace. Now, you know Dave is a great server, just how difficult it is to hit those aces under pressure as compared to early in a game when you're not feeling any type of anxiety or pressure whatsoever.
Well, the top players know how to calm their bodies down, to try to relax a little bit, because you can't hit an ace if you're all tense. You have to be loose. You have to let the game come to you. And when it's a tight situation, that's why they call it tight situation. Your muscles get tight, your body gets tight. And Charlie's able to, at the end there, feel a little bit more loose. And he ends up getting that final point after a big run from Alan Garner, who went on 11-2 run, but it wasn't good enough, as Charlie Shanks wins this one 15-11. We'll have game 2 coming up in about 2 minutes. You stick around with more action from the semifinals from Houston, Texas at the Family YMCA. For Dave Fink, I'm Dave Vincent. We'll be back in just a bit. Stick with us to racefor8.com.
There are a million places you'd never consider texting. So why would you do it while driving? Leave risky driving to the professionals. Stop the texts, and together we can stop the wrecks.
My name is Bruce Fabrizio. In 1975, I invented Simple Green based on 3 principles. It had to be safer to use, it had to work, and it had to be completely made in America. From generation to generation, Simple Green has been cleaning everything from car engines and tools to kitchen counters and floors. No matter what you clean, indoors or outdoors, clean it with non-toxic, biodegradable Simple Green.
Are you getting this, honey?
Oh, prime time. We are rolling.
All right, Mama's gonna bring it home. Mama's gonna bring it home. Okay.
Come on, watch this guy.
Oh, backwards.
Oh, don't. Oh.
It went into Bob and Carol's yard. Oh, no? Okay, here it goes.
Oh, Mom!
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
All right, let's see what you can do. Let's go.
They might surprise you.
Let's go.
Search We Can for more ideas on how you and your kids can get healthy together.
Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Science, extreme science for your active lifestyle.
All right. Line judge is coming up. Okay. Alan's serving. Yeah, they're here. We have
We are back here for game number 2. Alan Garner will be serving against Charlie Shanks.
second game. 0-0.
Score is 0-0. It's best 2 out of 3 to 15. Breaker also 15. We do not have that back wall camera angle that you normally see with WPH events because of a smoky back glass tint that they have so the players can see the ball, not the crowd and the sun coming through the wall, through the window. So giving you different camera angles here.
And that's about the easiest shot you can get in handball right there. And Dave, that was a 10-plus shot rally won by Alan Garner. That's been the trend here in this match. Alan Garner winning 80% of the rallies that are 10 shots or more, and that was a big reason he was able to make that huge comeback in game number 1. You wouldn't have thought this, Dave, 15 minutes ago, but Alan Garner looks like the far superior player right now after losing 13 of the first 14 points. He's now completely in control of the tempo of this match.
That's true.
Aaron Garner, Dave, is up in the next match. He told me I can't even watch my brother. It makes me too nervous. I'm just trying to focus on my own match. So you see Aaron over here in court number 2. He's facing away from the court. He doesn't even want to know what's going on in there because he says, I need to save all my mental strength and energy for my match.
In fact, we'll take a picture of that. We'll take a picture and post it on our Facebook page.
1-2.
So you can see what Alan looks like, his brother looks like in comparison to his other brother on the court.
Second serve.
You can see his brother on the court here and the other brother on the floor. And we'll post that to our Facebook page here as we continually watch this match.
Personally, Dave, I'm not so sure that all these pre-game rituals or
1-2.
preferences really make any difference once you get into the court. You see some guys, Dave, go straight back to their hotel room, they're icing or they're lying in bed, and you see other guys just sitting in the stands and watching matches. Does it really have any effect on the outcome of matches? I don't think so.
Possibly not.
I mean, the way I look at it, Dave, you've come here to do what you love to do, not lie in a hotel room bed.
That's what I like to do. Some people get paid to do that. 3-2 is the score.
And now, Dave, this match has a lot of tosses and turns, back and forth momentum swings. And you see that a lot, Dave, with great players playing each other. It's not as though there's a point scored and then a point scored by the other player. It's a lot of 5-6 point runs going back and forth, maybe even 10 or 12 point runs.
Score here is 2-3.
I think, Dave, getting back to Aaron Garner, which I've become obsessed with, not watching this match, it makes it even harder for him to sit there and hear the cheers. It's almost like when you're coming into a stadium and you're looking forward to the game and you hear all these cheers and you can't see it because you're not yet in the stadium. It makes it even worse. Charlie Shanks had the right idea there, but just left that ball way up and took himself completely out of the play.
4-3.
Alan Garner has 4. Charlie Shanks has 3. And you are going to see a battle because both of these players want to make it to the finals. Alan Garner's got a whole state of Texas that have watched him grow up and excel on the pro handball scene, and he's got that pressure, plus his wife is here and his brother and his dad, and even though his brother's not watching, he's certainly listening.
3-4.
Big foot fault there from Charlie, not called. Talked to our referee, Dave, at length. He doesn't believe in foot faults. He thinks that it's not an advantage. Now, whether it's an advantage or not, it's still part of the rules, and it needs to be enforced.
I think that was going to make it.
I believe it is an advantage because, I once used to didn't think it was, but now that I realize that as I'm one of the taller players that play the sport, I can't do the same thing that a guy like Nadi Alvarado can do, where he has a bigger box that he has to step into, or he can step into. Me, I can take a limited step, much like Charlie. Now, Charlie would much rather not have to worry in the back of his mind about the line. And if you're not worrying about the line, then that's one less thing to be tense about. That ball sound like it broke.
But to discuss the merits of the rule isn't really, and I don't know why Alan doesn't shoot that, but the merits of the rule really aren't relevant, Dave, as a referee. It's just a matter of calling the rules infractions.
I agree with you.
4-4.
Beautiful shot there from Allen. A referee will be verbally warned, Dave, for not enforcing those infractions. If the infractions continue after the verbal warning, he'll be issued a $35 fine for every missed foot fault call. The referees, Dave, are briefed after every game here, not after each match.
Charlie Shanks serving.
4-5.
4-5. That's a screen ball, no call. Everybody knows there's something up.
How does Charlie Shanks hit a flat rollout from his shoulder height there, Dave, with his left hand?
5-5.
That was a terrible call right there from the referee.
That's not what you're taught at Durango handball camp, Dave.
Now Charlie's got the serve going again, and Allen's going to have to call a timeout.
6-5. Short. Second serve.
That's a good second serve from Charlie. Hit the sidewall a lot deeper.
Charlie Shanks is starting to roll now.
And Dave, that's where the Irish whip really is effective. When you're taking that high revolving door shot, particularly when it hits the back wall, side wall, you're able to take that ball a little bit closer to your body so it's less hip rotation and drive the ball into the right corner. I found, Dave, that it's very difficult to hit that shot with a traditional sidearm whip.
7-5.
Charlie's looked really good here, Dave, after Allen got off to a pretty good start in this second game.
Well, Allen was up 4-3. Charlie scored 4 straight here.
5-7. Broken ball.
Despite Dave, Allen Garner making the finals in Tucson, taking 5th place at the US Open, as well as a number of other good results in the last year, he will not be moving into that top 4 because he'll miss Alaska and then he'll also miss Denver due to the birth of his first daughter. So he won't be able to move into that top 4. So when he does come back to competition, he'll still be in that 5 through 8 range. Remember, he also missed the Nationals and Fresno of last year, so he doesn't have any points from those events, the Nationals being double events. So a lot of people are saying, hey, why is Allen Garner in that 5 through 8 range? It seems like this guy's in the finals or semifinals of every event, which is true, but he's just not playing all the events.
Right.
Timing hasn't really worked out for him with the race tour.
But he is still on track to make Seattle.
Well, yeah, he's mathematically a lock for Seattle at this point.
Short. Second serve.
There is a second serve here.
Allen Garner has 16 points. He has 16 points coming in here to this event, and he'll pick up at least 6 points here at this event, Dave, even if he were to lose this match.
Set up.
So Dave, the figure that guarantees you a spot in Seattle is 20 points. He'll have at least 22 points after this event. So mathematically, you will be in Seattle with 20 points. I don't know how many senior race for 8 points you'll need to qualify for Seattle.
I think I did.
Oh, you already qualified?
I think so.
Well, I'd like to congratulate you. I'd like to be the first to congratulate you on that invitation here live on this webcast. I know that you had some tough matches here in this event. You made it all the way to the semifinals. You know, you've been known, Dave, mostly as a doubles player over the last couple of years, winning world titles in both 4-wall and 3-wall, as well as some national titles, but you've shown that you still have some game on the singles court. Dave, you yourself said that this was the strongest Masters field you've ever seen, and that there you were in the semifinals. Nearly the finals. I mean, a 25-22 loss to Nadia Alvarado. I believe you had a 22-19 lead in that match.
Yeah, felt like I was going to cruise through it.
I mean, I don't want
to hot.
I don't want to raise any controversy, but apparently there was some sort of controversial call at 22-19. There was a lot of arguing. You had to change referees. You thought you'd won the 23rd point there.
Yeah. Well, I know that the reason why we're smiling is because you were there to referee this match, but ultimately, you know, Nadia is the professional, and he was able to crack out the serves, and that's what I expected him to do throughout the match, and he did it there at the very end. But the neat thing about the senior tour is that it brings these guys out, and I'm actually surprised that some of these older guys did cross over. Tyler Hamill was in the tournament, then backed out in the previous day, but we had John Bike come in and play, as well as Danny Bell into the qualifier, and that's ultimately why we created the senior tour, is also to get some of that crossover play.
Well, Tyler Hamill's saying, look, I've had my time in the spotlight on the regular tour. I want to focus just on the senior race for 8 now. I want to be a part of Seattle as the top seed coming into Seattle, where there's double money and double points, and he's on track. He's cruised into the finals here with pretty comfortable wins, including a blowout win over John Bike last night just before your match, and now he'll be in the finals tonight.
The lucky thing about my match is I've been sparring with Luis Moreno in Tucson, Arizona, so I've been able to see those great serves, those reverses, the crack serves, and just being able to not necessarily defend them, because you really can't, but know how to handle yourself.
Yeah.
Because you can get frustrated and just, you know, let the game go. But last night I knew that when he hit him, that was what he was supposed to do. And I knew that I was supposed to just not worry about it.
Right.
And that made me play calmer, and it got my serve going, and eventually I scored some points as well.
Well, you know, to your credit, Dave, Nadia Alvarado has made his way through the race for 8 draw, and no one has come as close to beating him as you did. Even Emmett Peixote only scored 19. You scored 22. So
I did have reservations afterwards, or I should say recalculations in my brain, saying, why did I not enter the qualifier if I'm going to play like this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
But handball is not transitive.
But
different
if it
sets
were
of pressure.
transitive, you would be the 5th place finisher in this event, in the race for 8 event. As it stands, you're the 3rd place finisher in the senior race for 8 by virtue of scoring more points in the semifinals than John Bike.
He's not going to like that. Neither will Charlie Shanks. Charlie wearing the red shirt.
Well, he didn't wear it in Ireland, so it's nice that he's wearing it now. Charlie Shanks chose not to wear his team uniform in Ireland, but you know, sometimes Kobe Bryant just wears a Nike jersey Nike t-shirt to play in the NBA Finals, so it happens. Sometimes Derek Jeter just wears a polo shirt to play shortstop. Game 7 of the World Series.
They've made it to a Game 7? Yeah, I didn't think so.
Good point.
7-5.
Charlie Shanks might go to the left here, and he does. He tries to be deceptive up there, David, make you believe he's going to the right, and he's going to sneak it to the left. He'll look to the left and then go to the right. Does that no look. Mick Jagger just walked in.
That was Martin Scorsese.
There's another little screen.
You've now officially eaten more breakfast this morning than Charlie Shanks has ace serves. Just ate your 7th breakfast.
8-5. 9-5. Point.
Charlie Shanks now at his 10th point here. It looks like it's going to be a Charlie Shanks final.
Well, it looked like Charlie Shanks was going to win that first game 15-1, but Alan Garner came back and had his chances in that first game. So you never count Alan out, although the writing, Dave, is starting to appear on the wall.
Dave, I like this 2-game to 15 format.
Oh, yeah.
The time frame is about right.
Well, to me, it's not so much about the time frame as it is about the excitement level. And I just am so much more juiced up when I know the ending is closer, as opposed to these games that kind of lose some of their steam in the midway points of, 21-point games, when you know that you're facing another 21-point game and possibly another game after that. But it's like the great John Bike said, whatever brings you closer to the conclusion more quickly, more exciting for the fans.
That's why I believe we should go down to 4-point games.
5-11.
Best 7 out of 11 to 4.
Former qualifier Vic Perez was asking me why we don't consider tennis scoring. Not that he knows how to keep score in tennis, but he knows that it's different.
6-11.
Now Allen scoring a couple points here.
I'm
Side
so
out
sure,
and a
David,
point.
you know how to keep score in tennis.
I do. Left-handed
tested on
laser. Go ahead and test me.
What would the score be if the server won the first 2 points of the game and the returner won the next point?
It would be 15-30.
That's wrong.
30-15.
So you don't know.
Well, I took myself as the one that was the...
It doesn't matter. You always say the server score first.
Sorry.
Point.
And Charlie Shanks now really hitting the ball well with his left hand. I mean, 2 consecutive flat rollouts with his left hand. Those balls double bounce before the foot fault line. Overhits that serve.
Hold it.
And Dave, does Allen want that hinder to be called there?
I don't think so, but... And see, he's arguing about it right now.
Okay.
12-6.
He really doesn't want it because he knows Charlie's going to serve again. And there's an ace from Charlie Shanks.
Allen's got his coach, Dave, who's also the best looking person in this building, maybe in this state. Tyler the Sleek Panther Handball up top watching. Tyler's
13-6.
appears to be giving him some hand signals. They work on various signals, Dave, and signal indicators, but Allen's not even looking up anymore.
There's another ace for him, Charlie Shanks, and he's about ready to go into the finals with one more great serve.
Is this
There it
the
is.
same Charlie Shanks we watched in Tucson, Dave?
Unbelievable serves right there from Charlie Shanks to close out Alan Garner. 15-6 in that second game after winning the first one. 15-11. Charlie Shanks will be in Saturday Night Live finals tonight versus the winner of Nadia Alvarado or Aaron Garner.
Well, Charlie Shanks put that miserable event he played in Tucson behind him, and he's come in here focused.
Unbelievable play right there from Charlie Shanks as he now advances and defeats Alan Garner in 2 straight. We're going to say goodbye for now. We'll be back in just a few for the next one. You stick around. We have Aaron Garner and Nadia Alvarado next here at racefor8.com.
There are a million places you'd never consider texting. So why would you do it while driving? Leave risky driving to the professionals. Stop the texts, and together we can stop the wrecks.
My name is Bruce Fabrizio. In 1975, I invented Simple Green based on 3 principles. It had to be safer to use, it had to work, and it had to be completely made in America. From generation to generation, Simple Green has been cleaning everything from car engines and tools to kitchen counters and floors. No matter what you clean, indoors or outdoors, clean it with non-toxic, biodegradable Simple Green.